So I actually want to pick your brain, Siera, about this this hunter-gatherer lifestyle that you're trying to get back to. But what have you done? Like, tell us. I know you've obviously off camera you've informed us a little bit. But what are all the things that you've put in place that you reckon makes you happier day to day and whatever?
Just taking back basic skills in my life, finding my food, growing my food, hunting my food. I picked up bow hunting about a year ago. So I did a lot of archery, and then I started hunting rabbits and things like that. Now I eat a lot of fresh rabbit, wild game.
You thought about picking on something your own size, mate?
Definitely. I've been stalking a lot of deer lately.
Have you?
I haven't
a lot of fresh people.
I haven't had a shot at a deer yet, but I've seen them with my eyes a lot. They're a beautiful creature, and I'd definitely love to be able to eat some, wild deer in the future. Have a freezer full, be able to give it to my friends and family. Never have to buy unethically farmed meat again, because no one should.
No.
Lots of rabbit, lots of seafood. When you think about when life began in the bottom of the ocean, probably 3.5 billion years ago, that's in our DNA. So I'm eating as much seafood as I can, twice a day.
Really?
At least, yeah. Lots of DHA in it, obviously, like omega-3 oils. Like, apparently I read something not that long ago that says supplementing it doesn't actually really work. So I'm eating as much fish as I can. I've been fishing a bit, but I'm pretty unsuccessful. My brother's a really good fisherman, so I've been trying to get him to take me out, and I've just been trying to learn myself. I got some freediving gear, so I started freediving because I want to start spearfishing. Growing vegetables. I just obviously moved down to the West Coast. I'm about an hour and 20 minutes out of Melbourne. There's a population of about less than 100 people in my little sub-suburb. It's called Brimley. It's in between Barwon Heads and Torquay. And it's this little sandy peninsula. And the beach is literally 45 seconds from my bed. And then there's a river right in front of my house. So I can fish the river in the morning and at night if the beach isn't good and stuff like that, if there's no surf. And we have no Wi-Fi in the house. We don't use artificial light, as in we barely turn our lights on at night. We do everything during the day. Like, I'll be cooking while the sun's still up, and then I use candles all throughout the house.
Crazy, right?
I'm barefoot all the time. I'm swimming in the ocean as much as I can, which has been super beneficial for my body because I've got back issues. So I used to cramp a lot, like all the time. I'd wake up in the middle of the night cramping. I don't cramp anymore. I drink only spring water, so I got like a spring water tower thing delivered to my house, and I get water delivered, and that's all I drink now, which is fantastic.
So do you feel better?
100%. Everything's changed. So many things have changed. My circadian rhythm is so in check. I wake up at first light every morning.
Really?
Like, I wake up at first light without an alarm instantly.
Really?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You actually seem a bit different to when I first met you.
I'm so much more relaxed and calm, and I don't take my ADHD medication anymore. My brain's, my cognitive brain power is fantastic. It's a lot smoother than it was when I was on the ADHD medication. I could control my thoughts when I was on it, but it never felt natural. I now have that feeling through a natural means. I watch the sun rise and set with my own eyes every morning that I can. So I wake up before sunrise and I'll walk straight to the beach and I'll wait for the sun to come up, and I get the purple and blue and red light frequencies on my retina. I didn't know that your retina is connected directly to your brain. So that stops the production of melatonin when you get sunlight directly on your eye, and it starts the production of your hormones for the day.
Really?
And it's changed everything, man. I'm always watching the sunrise and set.
Wow.
It's fantastic. I sleep like a log.
That's pretty fucking
I'm doing a lot
intense.
of cold therapy. I've grounded my bed, so this is a little bit weird. But I've got like I bought this sheet off this website from New York called Less EMFs, and it's like a silk sheet, but it's got copper or something woven into it, and I've got a copper earthing cable from my sheet that I've taped onto it that runs down to a stake that I've smashed into the ground. So I'm constantly earthing in my bed.
Deep, mate.
I am sleeping so ridiculously well. My aches and pains
Where the
have
fuck
gone.
did you hear about that?
My mind is so much clearer. Like, I wake up in the morning
Explain
and I have...
the earthing your bed thing. Explain to me, like, why, though? Explain
because
to me.
we've disconnected from the earth. We've evolved sleeping on the earth, barefoot, connected directly to the earth. And now we've just decided that we don't need to do that for some reason because it's convenience, which we were talking about earlier. But just because something's convenient doesn't mean you should do it. Doesn't mean it's beneficial for you.
The luxuries that once were become necessities.
They're stripping us of who we are, of who we were, of how we've evolved. And it's also taking the lazy way out. I'm all about, I never take an elevator, I'll walk the stairs, you know, like I'm always looking for that hard route. So going down, damn it, I walked into that one. But so I'm always just looking for the struggle and the way that we've evolved. I'm looking for those sort of routes in life.
And
there
so
you
yeah, exactly, yeah. What about diet? So the way you're trying to work in with hunt and gather yourself, does it provide a sustainable amount of food?
Not constantly. It's getting better. Like I've been eating lots and lots of rabbit, which is a delicious white meat. I learned how to skin them via YouTube. Like I shot a couple of rabbits with my bow and was like, all right, now what do I do? And I was like, turn to YouTube.
Yeah,
100%.
So yeah,
just like the hunter-gatherers would have.
Learn how to skin them and gut them and butcher them myself. Bought some really good butchering knives and I do all that myself, which is fantastic. And my connection to everything is like, it's so gratifying. Like I feel so accomplished, and when I give that meat to people, it's like, this is a gift. Like I spent time acquiring this, like not just going out and shooting that rabbit, but that whole year of learning how to do archery before actually shooting something. That's all gone into that meat that I'm now giving on to someone else.
Do you know what, man? I think what you just said then was probably what I'll take away the most from this podcast, was that like everything
I've still got time. I've got a few more bombs to drop. Come on.
No, we're done now. We're done now. But I think that's such a good point. Like everything that you do is purely gratifying because you're doing it all. You're doing it all. Everything. It's that convenience thing. Yeah. That's a really good point.
Man, it's fantastic. Everything tastes better. The connection to the earth, even though I'm killing out there trying to kill stuff, it's like I'm part of the ecosystem when I'm doing it. I had this moment a few months ago where I was stalking in on some rabbits and I could hear some rustling in the bush to the right of me, and I look over and there's a fox. And he's going through the bush. He's doing exactly what I'm doing. We locked eyes, and then we both just pressed on hunting. And it was like, I was a part of the ecosystem then and there. And that's when I was like, that was a really grounding moment for me where I was like, like I'm meant to be doing this. Like it's so ingrained in my DNA. Like there's no, like everything about the hunting is so familiar. Like it's just in you.
Wow.
Like as soon as you start stalking, it's like, wow, like this is something that we should be doing, and it's something that I feel like people aren't doing enough. Like that's why people are so aggressive and they're so impatient. It's like if you start hunting, like you are just taught patience straight away, like if you're stalking in on something and you step on a twig and it hears you and runs away, you've been following that animal for half an hour. It's like you can't just scream and go, fuck it, I'm going to go buy some meat from the butcher, which you can do. But
I'm just going to go and have a wank tour in the bushes.
You compose yourself and you think, oh, how did that happen? Why did that happen? And you learn from that situation. And I've had some bad hunting situations, and I've learned lots about myself. I've had some bad kills that that I'm not too proud of, but haven't had them since. It's teaching me so many things about life in general that we're not learning because we're not doing that anymore. That's how we evolved, and that was a rite of passage for guys our age. You know what I mean? Like that's how we
Probably
became
younger
men.
than us even.
That's how we became men in the tribes. And we're not getting those things anymore because
overcoming
we're just
those tasks.
it's
That's interesting.
It's really fucking interesting.
Interesting about the part about how it feels, right? I think of Ziggy.
That's so familiar.
I think of Ziggy when I took him down the beach when he was like 10 weeks old, and he'd fucking never seen water before, and I put him out on the sandbar, and I went in the deep section and I called him over, and he ran across the sandbar, and then he started running, and he's like, what's going on here? And he just started swimming. Like he'd never been in water before, and he just swam perfectly.
Like
doggy
a little
paddled.
submarine, I can imagine. A little sausage dog submarine.
And, but that was ingrained in him. Like he didn't. I didn't teach him how to swim. No one taught him how to swim.
No.
Evolutionarily ingrained.
Yep, absolutely.
It's pretty interesting.
Discovery Roger, go for deploy.